Dan Passarelli here. Well, I would say that went well. The Fed announced no rate hike this time or cut. They're just keeping rates unchanged from the previous FOMC meeting. And the market seemed to digest it pretty well. Of course, when the initial news that there was going to be no change in interest rates came out, the market didn't really do much. It wasn't until Jerome Powell started talking that the market started moving and initially started declining quite a bit, but then ended up coming back. As you can see here in this chart, we have a reasonably tight range today, and we have a doji formed on actually kind of surprisingly low volume. It's definitely in the top half, probably the top three quarters, or at least the top, the top third, I guess is the best way to say it. But, for a Fed announcement, you would think it would have a lot more volume. So I wonder if this indicates a little bit of uncertainty. We ended up closing in the S&P 500 like 0.1% difference, just a smidge higher. And I think a lot of that has to do with we got the answer to an important question today. The question of, will the Fed cut interest rates this year? Will the Fed lower interest rates this year? And Jerome Powell answered that question in his press conference, and he said no. He said no policymakers see interest rates getting cut in 2023. Now, that's kind of a big deal. I would have thought that the market would have sold off after that because, although, and look, I'm no economist, but I've been saying all along that I don't think interest rates are going to get cut in 2023. But, you've been hearing a lot of people in the media saying that, and it sounded like a lot of people were sort of wishing for that. And we got a pretty definitive answer. The data can change that answer throughout the rest of the year. But the market absorbed it pretty well. And so I would say that that's potentially some pretty good news. So we're going to have to see how this plays out the next couple of days to get a good feel for how the market really took this information. I think by tomorrow morning, this doji will either get a confirmation to the upside, or we could see a little bit of reversal start taking place. So I hope that helps. This is Dan Passarelli, Trade Smart.